Hello. Hello. Welcome to the Downsized Live. Today is Wednesday, July 16th. My name is Christopher Durham.
I'm Laraine Durham.
He
usually doesn't know what day it is.
The date is on the computer. I can read.
Oh, handy. All right.
That's why I look up. Looking to the sky. I have a giant monitor that's up there. What was I saying? Oh, my name is Christopher Durham, and you are?
I am Laraine Durham.
And we are the Downsized.
That's correct.
Let's see, there's 68 people here already. So I'll
all right.
assume,
Well, welcome.
Yeah,
I've lost over 50 pounds on compounded Tirzepatide. It took me about 6 months. I went from 193 pounds to 143 pounds just to make, all the numbers nice and round. I'm 56 years old. Am I 56?
Yeah. You are 56.
It doesn't really want to stick in my brain. 56-year-old mother of 3 kids who are 19, almost 21, and 27. So we found compounded Tirzepatide back in September of
And Zepbound and Mounjaro.
September of 2023, and we've just kind of been zooming along ever since. Thoughts?
Yeah, no, it's a good week. I think I weighed this morning and I was back down to 104 pounds down today. So it's the lowest I've been. I'm not really trying though.
Were you having some kind of stomach issue this morning?
My stomach decided that it could evacuate.
To eject things.
Yeah.
I wonder if you do have IBS.
No, it's not like that. It's not like that. I've talked to many doctors about that sort of thing. It doesn't work that way.
I don't know. Mine just doesn't go at all. I've been taking like a 1 Mago 7 a day until I bought some on Prime Day because it was super cheap on Prime Day. And so I was like trying to conserve my supply until I got my reorder in. The reorder came today. So I don't know. Sometimes I don't know. It's just something I'm just going to have to keep an eye on and maintain and keep everything moving. So, if that'll get me 50 pounds down, then I will, by golly, do that.
And it has, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, so the way this works is we just hang out and chat. If you've got questions, please put QQQ in before your question so I'll make sure I see it. There's 120 of you out there right now and 35 likes, so make sure you hit like and subscribe. We're also happy to celebrate your wins, whether it be on the scale or a non-scale victory, or you just had a great day. Tell us about it. It's okay. And I've got all kinds of fun graphics and confetti and stuff we can throw at you. And so, jazz hands. Yeah. So that's what's going on.
So I started a pull-up challenge, I guess, a couple of days ago, Sunday maybe. Today's Wednesday. I don't know. The days all run together anymore. So I've been on a quest to be able to do a pull-up because I've never been able to do one in elementary school, well, really middle school. We had to do the flex arm hang for the presidential physical fitness test, and I could not do the flex arm hang. I could not hang with my chin above the bar for like 30 seconds or whatever it was. So I've been working at the gym using the assisted pull-up machine, and I can do like the less weight that you use, the harder it is on this particular machine. Like the weight that you put it on subtracts from your body weight and helps to lift you up. So I've been able to do like 1 or 2 reps on 30 and a couple on 40. But today I did a high intensity interval training class before I attempted my pull-up. So I just put it on 50 and I just kind of cruised along and did 4 on the 50 pound weight. So you can, I'll be putting up shorts, YouTube shorts, if you care to check that out. But it's really super hard. I mean, I've only been doing it for not even a week, and I'm like, why can't I do a pull-up yet? But it will probably take me, I don't know, at least 30 days, right? So I interviewed Jules, the wellness warrior, and she, on her YouTube channel, she's got a guide to doing pull-ups in 30 days. And I've messaged her. I'd like to kind of get her, she and I like to do a video about that and talk together about that, because a lot of you guys are trying that along with me. So why not? It's the only machine I do in the weight room. I just go right in there. I've got one of those phone suction cup holders. I suction cup my phone to the wall, to the mirror. I turn it on and I do my thing, and then I pull it off the wall and I leave.
Well, so I think you need to do more of that, right? Because I think you need to say, hi, this is Laraine. It's day 1 of the pull-up challenge. Today I'm going to do a 50-pound assist or whatever, and tell people what you actually did versus just...
Yeah, I can do that.
I was able to do 4 today. Or today I was able to do
well. One of our viewers, Michael Clinton, said, well, you should do the pull-ups at the beginning of your workout so you have more strength. And the problem is, well, you have to get to this gym. Like, these classes fill up fast. And like, for example, this morning I went to the 8 o'clock class, and I got there at like 20 to 8, because if you don't get there and line up, you may not get a spot in the room. Like this, there's like 25 spots, and once they fill up, then sorry, you gotta get out. So I don't want to lose my spot in line. I'd have to get there early anyway. So that's why I was doing them after the class.
Yeah, and so let's see, 136 people out there. Hello, everybody. We're the Downsized. We're the channel that we're just an average suburban husband and wife couple who lost a little more than 150 pounds using GLP-1. So we talk about GLP-1s, the disease of obesity, weight loss, health, pull-up challenges, sometimes cooking, so all kinds of things. But we publish every day. So this is our opportunity to talk to you guys, to take questions. We are not doctors. We're not medical professionals. So this is all for entertainment purposes only and from our personal experience. Or I do lots of research. So there's lots of videos out there on various research things that have happened. And we've talked to lots of you guys. So this is just an opportunity to build community. So if you've got questions, leave a QQQ or something in it, and we'll see if we can't take them, and we'll see who's out there today. Again, we're not doctors. DJ Meyer was the very first in.
Happy shot day. Slow and steady. So Wednesday can be a good shot day, right in the middle of your work week there.
And Kate donated 10 downsized memberships. Thank you very much, Kate, for donating.
Yeah. So we've got a few Downsized Club members. If you'd like to join Club Downsized, you can click the join button below where we're talking, and it'll take you to another video. So maybe check that out later. But all of our content is free. Club Downsized is the way you can support us and our channel and our quest to become full-time content GLP-1 content creators. If you're a member of Club Downsized, you get some fun emojis you can put that come next to your name. And we have a Facebook group called Club Downsized. And we also have a special YouTube Live on Tuesday nights only for Club Downsized members. So we had that last night. Christopher missed a setting, and somehow it was opened up to
not somehow, I just
everyone.
Didn't make it. So for the first 10 or 15 minutes, people got a sample.
Yeah, so there was this one guy who came on and said, oh, I didn't know this was for members. I just came in by accident, but then he joined. So he must have liked the content. Yeah. So thank you for that.
Hello, Gwen.
Hey, Gwen. Good evening. Crazy Cat Lady. Hey, chat. Jojo. Jojo is our cat. She is somewhere. She's around.
She might show up. You never know.
She's around. She's around. She might show up. Laura Dodd says, hello, hello, hello. Is that Laura? Lara.
I think it's Lara. Lara, thank you for being a member.
Laura. Losing it Grays. Good evening, Downsizers. Good evening.
Losing It Grays, you're doing pretty good. Moving right along, publishing videos. I watched one today. Good job.
Jazzy VR1. Hello, all. Hello, Jazzy. Linda Buckmiller, one of the OGs. Hey, everybody. Hey, Linda. How are you?
Linda's also a member.
Beth J. Hey, Beth. Hey, fellow downsizers. Hey, Beth. I'm working on those pull-ups, Beth. Beth, I think you posted a video. So, yeah, you can also join my Facebook group, which is open to all people at The Downsized Adventure with Laraine and Christopher. You have to answer some questions, so I make sure you're not a bot. You know what I mean? So yeah, you can go there too. Crazy Cat Lady says, I'm a Friday shot day kind of gal. Yeah, we're Friday shot days. Yeah, we're Friday shot days. Kirsten's Memories. Joe. Kirsten posted something about taking her 2 cats or giving her 2 cats a pill. She does not advise that. Downsizing Diva. Hey, Shay. She says, hello, Laraine and Chris. Happy Wednesday. Hello, everyone. Hello, Downsizing Diva.
All right, Shay, now you got a year to plan for the next cruise. So I expect you and your daughter to be on the cruise with us.
They might still be. They might still be in school.
Oh, that's possible.
Because we had to make it
a little bit earlier.
Depends
Depends on when your school
June
ends.
4th.
But she's going to retire.
But her daughter is still in school.
That's okay. She can homeschool her.
Should we? I guess we could tell them about the cruise. Hey, Aussie Craig. Good day. Good morning in Australia. Kate says hi from Seattle. Hi, Kate. Thanks for giving those Downsized memberships. Carrie Long says hi, Downsized fam. Carrie, we've got an interview with you that we're going to post. I think that's the right Carrie. Yeah. In the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned for that. Val Fitzwater, hello from the Villages in Florida. Val was on the cruise. Sasha says hello, everyone. Hello, Sasha. Anthony says hello, everyone. Hello, Anthony. So our Downsized cruise, do you have a graphic for the Downsized cruise?
I have a banner.
All right, put the banner up. So we had so much fun on the last cruise that we went on in June with our Downsized friends. We made another one June 4th through 8th. It's going to be Miami, Freedom of the Seas, Rural Caribbean. We're going to go to their private island, which is Coco Cay, have a sea day, and then Nassau. It's a four-night cruise.
Yes.
Four-night cruise. You can find out all the details and contact our travel agent by going to thedownsized.org. Click on the cruise tab, and that'll give you our travel agents, Kelly and Roberta's contact information. So I think, what did Roberta say? We've got 26 people currently booked.
I think so.
Which is amazing. And once they fill up, how many rooms did they put on hold? Do you remember?
50, I think.
She blocked out.
They can book the whole ship. It doesn't matter.
Well, I got an email from her today that says once they book up the block, then it'll just be at the prevailing cruise rates. So if you're thinking about, locking in that best rate, you'll want to do it, in advance. Mark Clem. Hey, Mark Clem. I was so excited. Mark Clem gave me 2 of his favorite protein bars when we were on the cruise, and I put them in my sunglasses case so they wouldn't get smushed, and put them in my backpack. And I was looking for my, regular glasses because I'm always losing my readers. And I opened up my sunglasses case and I said, ooh, protein bars. So I tried one, and it was really good. It was like a crunchy, Mark, you can put the name of that protein bar. It's like a wafer. Those cookies? My mom used to always buy them. Those like Keebler cookies that were like rectangles, and they had like the layers of the crunchy in the middle.
Like a Kit Kat?
Like a Kit Kat, but they were cookies. The Keebler. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Not you. That's for sure. But anyway, that's what it reminded me of. So, sometimes protein bars are
I like
really
crunchy.
good
I don't like
in
chewy,
between.
So.
Yeah, no, these were crunchy. You would like this one.
Crunchy.
I also like the chewy. I like a lot of chews. I like all protein bars. So
haven't found one I like
he
yet.
doesn't like them, but I liked this one. So thanks, Mark.
Some of those Robert Irvine ones don't bother me, but
those are definitely more like
a
candy
bite or
bars.
two.
Yeah,
well, they have texture. They have crunch.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Val says, I think JoJo needs her own chair. Every chair is JoJo's.
That's for sure.
She is probably
sure.
in the chair in Lorraine's office.
That's
right
for
now.
Sure. Somebody commented on I didn't see the comment. You tell them what.
Somebody commented on one of the videos he liked it because JoJo wasn't in it and he didn't see cat butt.
I thought that was rude.
I don't know that
That's
I ever
fine.
need to. Sometimes,
Yeah, sometimes
if you rewatch, it's
a little much.
It's a little much.
Yeah, we'll try to avoid that.
She needs to be a little more ladylike.
Yeah, nature girl. Hey, girl, hey. Darren, love seeing you all in the cruise picture. Yeah, so we posted on our community page. We posted our group photo. Unfortunately, some people it was hard to get everybody at the same time, but so not everybody was in that picture, but a lot of people were. So we had a group picture taken. We'll have to do the group picture like first day when we first.
And there was another picture. So that picture we posted was everyone on GLP-1s. There was another picture that had a few more people,
friends and family
that were spouses
came
with,
and
so
people.
forth, as well.
Brochet, hey, Brochet. DJ Meyer says thumbs up. TJB. Hello, all. All right, let's go with that muscle. Is that a real picture or?
That's an artistic thing.
Yes. All right. I like it. Zoe, hello. Good evening from New Hampshire. I have some cousins that live in New Hampshire. Ada Gonzalez. Hello, everybody. Hello, Ada. Valerie Wilford. Hey, everyone. Don't forget to vote for our favorite couple. Double vote today. Yeah, do we have a link to that?
I do not.
Maybe somebody can post the link in the chat. So we're in this competition called America's Favorite Couple. I just came across it and I thought, oh, this might be fun. So you can vote for us. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. If you want to buy votes, you can, and it goes to charity. But don't do that. But anyway, go vote for us for free. You can vote once a day. And right now we're in first place. Like, I don't know, but there's different groups. Like I don't know how many different groups there are. And I don't know. But anyway, thanks. Hey, just swam a mile. I'm taking you all in the shower with me.
Oh my, don't tell my wife.
Ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am. I already liked. Thanks, Gwen. Douglas says, happy Wednesday, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Jen feels good. I am waiting in the car for my daughter's volleyball game to start. My first time being able to attend live.
Well, hello, Jen.
We sat through a mini volleyball game.
Volleyball didn't bother. I actually liked volleyball.
Yeah, volleyball, at least it was moving.
Swim, not so much. Swim
team, it's like you got to sit through a lot of races to watch your kids swim for max of 2 minutes or whatever. But so we've sat through.
And the better they got, the less you saw them.
Yeah, because they were fast.
Because they went faster. I'm like, well, that was 30 seconds out of this 8-hour day.
Yeah. I feel that pain. GLP-1 Journey in Review. Hi, Laraine. Your interview gets published 1 week from today. All right. So I did an interview with GLP-1 Journey in Review for her channel. So you guys can go over there and check it out 1 week from today.
1 week from today.
Paul and Tina, any plans on coming to Grand Rapids, Michigan? No, we do not.
I think the closest we're going to get is Chicago.
Grand Rapids, I have never been there. I'm sure it's lovely.
I have been to Grand Rapids. It's a lovely place. But we might as well do this as well. So right now we have 2 official meetups published. And there's more coming if I can get her to sit down and agree to everything. So the Washington, D.C. meetup, which is the first one that's coming up, will be Wednesday, July 23rd, 2025 at 6 p.m. It'll actually be in the Arlington area. You'll need to go to the downsized.org, so our website, click on the meetup tab either at the top or if you scroll down, and there's an RSVP for it. We just need to know how many people are coming. It doesn't cost you a single thing, but that way we make sure we don't have 100 people show up. And this is very casual. We're going to meet people. We'll all chat. It's there's no planned agenda to it other than just meeting you guys and building community. The other one we have planned for right now, and there's more coming, is Orlando. meet and greet, which will be September 7th, 2025 at 6 p.m. as well. Similar kinds of thing. Please go to thedownsized.org, click on Meetup, and you can RSVP there. The addresses are not on there as of right now. They will come to you a few days before, but they're both in central parts of town, so it won't be in a weird part of town. Just so we make sure we have the right place, that it's big enough, and for safety reasons. You never know what's going on out there. So that is that. Actually, I want to turn that off and go back to the comments.
All right.
Let's see here. Did we do the New Hampshire one? I think we did do that one.
Yeah, because I said I have cousins in New Hampshire, Manchester.
That is correct.
If you know anybody named
Volleyball,
Skapertis,
Michigan.
they are related to me. Yeah, that's the Greek side of the family lives in New Hampshire. Mark Clem says, haha, Mindy. Shelly Meadow Breeze. Hi there, wonderful people. Happy Wednesday. Hello, Shelly Meadow Breeze. Hey, Dennis. Good evening, friends. It's our friend Dennis. He was on the cruise. Katrina Warren. Great videos, you two. Love the weight loss you two have done. All right. Well, thanks.
Thank you. I'm kind of fond of it as well.
Yeah. Please hit the like button. Thank you, Lori, for that reminder. GLP-1 Journey in Review. Yes, hit the like button. We got, 198, 199 people, 87 likes. So hit that like button, because then that tells YouTube that you are watching us and you like us, and they'll suggest us to other people who might be searching for GLP-1 news and information. Sasha says, take Miralax daily, but the hubby can eat rocks and cheese and still go daily. That's this guy right here.
I mean, I've had a little bit of constipation, but I've never had to take anything for it. I didn't do anything special. It's just we're all different.
My doctor recommended the Miralax daily. It might, I'm not opposed to it, but I do like the Mago 7. That seems to work for me. Megan Reeves says, hi, I'm using the Mago 7. Nothing's working yet, and I'm losing too fast. Oh, no.
How fast is too fast?
How fast is it? My doctor thinks I should go back to 7.5 from 10. Thoughts?
Girl, I'd need more information than that.
I'm using, nothing's working. Okay, so let's talk about the Mago 7. Nothing's working yet for the constipation. Am I reading that correctly? So the Mago 7, if I am having an issue, I take 3 on an empty stomach at night before I go to bed with a lot, 30 ounces of water. And that tends to flush it out the next day. If you're losing too fast, you're on 10, you're probably not eating enough, honestly. And how fast is too fast? Because the average weight loss is 1 to 2 pounds.
Is 0.5 to 2 pounds.
This light is weird. We got all these new lights. See how it's so bright right there and it's so dark right there, and anyway. The average weight loss is 0.5 pound a week to 2 pounds a
Correct.
week. So if you're losing faster than that, that would be fast. So if you're losing faster than that, I would take a look at what you're eating, what you're drinking, add some protein in. If you lose too fast, you can get hair loss. You can have other ill effects. So you can manage that. I wouldn't think you would want to go back down to 7.5, but you could.
We're not a doctor, and your doctor is a doctor. And has all of your stuff, right?
Zoe says, I started Zepbound on 1/1/24. Happy New Year. Goal weight within reach, 1.2 pounds to go. Deeply grateful for this community. Currently watching you along with the hummingbirds at our feeders. Yeah, 1 to 2. I mean, you're basically there. Right? You're just maybe a week or 2 away. So congratulations.
No, let's see here.
We need a hummingbird feeder.
Do we? I think that's really a sign of old age.
Oh, Jojo, speaking of birds, I went out to go to the gym this morning. I walked out the front door and I looked down and there's a dead bird on our porch. I don't know what the bird did, but I feel like
probably just be a bird.
Jojo brought it to the porch. So That was gross.
And JoJo is
And
just
you're
being a
welcome.
kitty.
David Dundalo. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, David. Janice. QQQ. What's your question, Janice?
Yeah, I'll need more than that. I can answer any old question if you'd like, but the answer to any old question is Ferdinand Magellan, Orange, and Volcano.
Onomatopoeia. Anna Hoover. Hi, Laraine and Chris. Happy Wednesday. Hi, Anna. Anna watches every single one of our videos and always makes a comment. Thank you, Anna. I appreciate it. Grandma Wishbone. I couldn't do that chin pull up. Well, Grandma Wishbone, you never know until you try. Marlene says, hello, Downsized fam. Hi, Marlene. Empowered Wellness by Teddy D. Good evening, all. I hope everyone's week is going well so far. So far, so good. So far, so good. Yes? Yes.
Yeah.
I hated that so much in school. Me too. Me too. Why did they make us do it? To torture us, obviously. I don't know. I thought, I'd try it. I'm trying to build my arms because I've got loose skin, but when I do this, you don't really see so much loose skin. So I'm trying to make my arms more toned. Why not, right? Airman Parker says, into my second week of Zepbound and fourth week of keto diet. All right. So far, lose 10 pounds in 2.5 weeks. Okay, Airman Parker. I love that you have started Zepbound. That is fantastic. You're in your second week. It's all still brand new. You're doing it. You want to do all the things. You don't have to do a keto diet if you don't want to. If you like eating keto and that's the way you feel the best, then by all means, you eat on the keto diet. But the beauty of Zepbound is that it's not a diet. It's a medical treatment for the disease of obesity, for weight loss, right? So you don't have to eat a special diet. I would suggest eating protein first. I try to get 60 to 80 grams of protein a day. How much protein you need depends on, your age and your weight and, male, female, all that. So, but if you don't want to do keto, you don't got to do keto. But if you want to, that's fine. Okay. Doris Goody says, hello, all. Hello, Doris. KM, go Mindy. Swimming a mile is no small feat. I had an apparatus to do stationary swimming that I used on a cruise. My swim times and distance were awesome. That's cool. One of those little, it blows at you that you have to swim in. Yeah, Mindy does triathlon, so she's working on that swimming. Donnell. Hey, Donnell. Donnell says, hey, Mel B. I guess Mel B's here. Mackenzie says, been on since 5:15. 25, down 70 from start weight, 82 from my heaviest. Wait, what month is this? You lost 70 in two. What year is this? In 2 months? Am I reading that right?
I don't think they're giving you enough information, but
all right. So maybe she started with some other things, and now she's been on.
There's more to the
GLP-1.
story because it says currently at 12.5. So certainly they didn't start at 12.5, or they were going to have some serious side effects.
So, all right. Well, it sounds like you're doing great. So another 20 to go. Sounds like you're going to be there in no time. Just take your shot, as Christopher says. Really, Pooh, I'd love to come on your 2026 cruise over my birthday, but I won't know anyone. You know what? Would someone befriend me?
Yeah, we all hung out and did stuff. It was
yeah, it was really, we didn't know any of these people. We'd seen them on our YouTube lives. We'd maybe, emailed with one or two. We did some, through the internet interviews with a couple of these folks, but some of them I had never spoken to or seen on a live or anything. It was amazing that the people that came, and then the people that came, everybody wanted to hang out together. Everybody wanted to talk about their experiences. Everybody wanted to go to the shows together and go to the beach together. And it was just really a lot of fun. And it was so nice to have people who understood how stressful it can be to go on a vacation or, to be on a GLP-1 journey and all the things. I mean, we had a long conversation one morning at breakfast about pooping. I mean, that's how friendly we became as a group. So, if you would like to come, we would love to have you. I did match up some people last time that needed a roommate. Some people wanted to be single cruisers, but on a cruise that's a little bit more expensive. So if you have a roommate, it can cut the cost a little bit. So if you are someone maybe that wants to do that and wants to have us match you up, let Kelly know, our travel agent, when you talk with her, or send me an email. I keep bumping my microphone, sorry. At Laraine at thedownsized.org, Laraine at thedownsized.org.
Let's see here. We talked to Airman Parker, right? I think for those we haven't seen this one.
Tamer? Hey, I'm on GLP-1 taking Tirzepatide, and I have been on it for 4 months. I lost quite a bit, but I am on a plateau now. What should I do? All right, let's talk about plateaus. What is a plateau? A plateau truly is when you have zero weight loss, up or down, zero for, was it 4 weeks in a row?
Yep.
That's really 4 weeks. So that's a long time to be exactly the same weight. So a lot of times people just, you might think, well, I was losing a little bit faster and now it's kind of fallen off and maybe what's happening. So what can they do, Christopher?
Well, the first thing I would do is look at your titration. So how have you moved up? And how long have you been on your current dose? If you've been on your current dose a good while, it might be time to move up. Your body gets used to it. That's why there's a titration schedule. Right. The reason you move up is because that's the way the medicine works, honestly.
Other things might be you're not eating enough calories. When we go too low into a calorie deficit, our body gets really good at conserving those calories, and because our body doesn't want us to starve to death. So you might need to eat more protein. You might need to add some fiber in. You might need to add more water. You might need to look at constipation issues. Is that something that's holding you back? What else? What am I forgetting?
Vary your diet. Sometimes we get in a routine and our body gets used to eating things. Shake it up a little bit. Change around what you're doing.
Yeah. Eating the same thing for breakfast every day. Stop doing that.
Yeah.
Find something different.
Oh, and look at your calorie deficit. Maybe you're not actually in a calorie deficit anymore.
Maybe
If you've lost weight, right, that calorie deficit needs to go down a little bit. And then a lot of people believe you can move your shot location around. It's never done anything for me differently, but it doesn't cost you anything to try. So
so the shot locations are around your belly button, in the back of your arm, or the top of your thigh, right? I've only done belly button, so I have no personal knowledge on is something better than the other.
And I've tried. I haven't found any difference. There are lots of people that will swear one versus the other. Like I said, it doesn't cost you anything to try, so why not? You might as well.
You might as well. My friend Elaine swears that she broke her stall when she gave herself a shot in the thigh. So check that out. Read the instructions that come with your medication, and they can tell you like the exact location and stuff.
Timothy Wilson says, "Hey, my doctor has been raising me up every 4 weeks. I've lost 2 to 3 pounds a week. I will be starting 7.5 in the next week. Is the doctor moving me too fast? Love you both." Well, so strictly what the doctor's doing is following the manufacturer's
instructions,
printed recommendations and research recommendations. So is he doing anything wrong? No, he's not. The prevailing wisdom among a lot of people is that you can, if you and your doctor want to, stay on a dose as long as you're losing weight or not having side effect problems, right? I don't know long term whether it actually impacts the total amount of weight lost, and that's something that the research hasn't told us one way or the other. Laraine started and did that the first 3 or 4 months and went up every month, right?
Yeah, because that's what they told me to do. So I did my 2.5 vial, I did a 5 vial, I did a 7.5 vial. If you're losing 2 to 3 pounds a week,
you're going pretty good.
That's on the fast end.
Yeah.
That's on the fast end. If you have a lot of weight to lose, like if you have 100 more pounds to lose, you might want to move up a little bit more slowly just to maximize every dose as you go up. I mean, if you have 20 or 30 more to lose, and you're not having any side effects, it's probably fine to go up. Work with your doctor.
But your doctor is following the research
They're
manufacturer's
following
instructions, so they're not strictly incorrect.
Yeah.
And
before everybody started doing all these different protocols,
there's no actual research on any of these other titration strategies.
No.
There's lots of people that swear by them, and I mean I would agree with what she said, but again, we are not doctors, we're not scientists, so you do the best you can and move on. I think the medication continues to work either way, personally. Let's see here.
Working.
Yep.
Christine Anderson says, I finally made it to a live chat. Hello, Chris. I'm Laraine. Hello, Christine. Pretty picture of some water.
Oh, here we go. Did I do this when Martha moved into Wonderland?
No. Martha moved into Wonderland today. Yay! So the first time Christopher saw that, he goes, what's Wonderland? I said, that's when you see a 1 as the first number on the scale. So that's exciting. That's exciting.
I mean, the last time I saw a 1 as the first number on the scale was
1987,
maybe. 80, yeah, it might have been 87. I weighed 186 pounds when I graduated from high school. So,
yeah, I weighed a lot more than that when I graduated high school. I think I was probably at least 200, if not 220. Andy Watson says, hello, today is also my shot day. My start weight was 465 pounds. My question is, am I losing it too fast? Well, you don't tell us your rate of loss, Andy.
It might have. So it skipped. So you might have had a thing in there, Andy. I apologize.
Okay.
It just did some weird things.
So the average weight loss is 0.5 pound to 2 pounds a week. If you're faster than that, that is on the fast end. However, if your starting weight is 465, you're going to lose faster than someone who is a lower weight. Okay, so you're going to have some really great weight loss starting off, and you probably will for a while. You're someone who needs to maximize each dose, right?
And think about it as percentages of body weight. So if you look at, like I said, we don't know how much you're losing. Maybe you put it earlier and I didn't see it. Even 10 pounds a week, which hopefully you're not losing that, but that is such a small percentage of your body weight because you weigh 465 pounds.
That's probably not too fast. Like for you, the average may not really be applicable.
The challenge of comparing ourselves to others is we just don't know most of the time all of the information. And I see it on Facebook all the time. There's a lady that was like, I'm 4'10" and I haven't lost 30 pounds in my first month. I'm like, you're 4'10".
You probably, yeah.
And she was large for 4. I mean, I think she was 250 for 4'10". She was,
Yeah.
But it's still, you can't compare that to an Andy who weighs 465, and I don't know how tall you are, Andy, but you're probably more than 4'10".
Yeah, I mean, I go back to my old, Weight Watchers way of thinking, because I've done Weight Watchers on and off since the 80s, and they always, well, not always, but in recent years, they wanted you to target the first 10% of your body weight as a goal. So, 10% would be 46 pounds. So maybe target that as your first goal, and hopefully you can achieve that in the first couple of months, I would think.
It looks like this YouTube has done some weird things and skipped some comments, so I'm not avoiding anybody on purpose. I apologize. If you don't hear it in a little while, please feel free to repost your comment.
Lori Tarsa says, hey, Downsized peeps, I've been on Zepbound 22 weeks. I've lost 31 pounds so far. Great. Had gastric sleeve surgery in 2023. Lost 70 pounds total, lost 101 pounds so far. All right. So that gastric sleeve was pretty recently. So I guess you started the Zepbound after the gastric sleeve surgery. So I'm glad, right? I'm glad that you've found something to take you the rest of the way. A lot of people report that with weight loss surgery of different forms. It can only take them so far, right? And then adding Zepbound or adding GLP-1 medication can help them. And it also helps with the food noise, because I don't know that weight loss surgery necessarily takes that weight loss.
We have not had weight loss surgery.
Takes that food noise out. So yeah, I'm glad that you have found a combination that works for you. That's awesome. 101 pounds lost. Ada says at Airman Parker, I eat keto, but I'm not tracking ketosis. It just happens because I eat protein and then veggies, and then I'll have a slice of my husband's pizza one time a week. Oh, I can eat as one. I like that. I love pizza. Pizza is one of my favorite.
Oh, Andy's giving us more. He says, my
Oh.
fault start weight was 465 and I've lost 15 pounds.
Yeah.
So you've lost 5 pounds a week.
Yeah. I think you're doing great.
I think you're fine,
You're doing
honestly.
great. Yeah.
I mean, it's the biggest thing once you're further into the journey. There will be weeks where you lose a lot. There'll be weeks when you lose a little. There'll be weeks when you don't lose anything. There'll be weeks when you gain a pound. And it's just this long, it's a marathon, right? And you're just keeping on going and taking your shot and taking your shot.
Yeah.
That's a great start.
Mark Clem might have, I think Mark Clem was a similar start weight.
Yeah.
Mark Clem has lost almost half of his body weight. I think he was
What did they say, like 40?
Close to 500, maybe?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. He's in the chat
He's
right
in the
now.
chat. He'll tell us, I'm sure.
And you know, our friend Barb, now she was a little tiny person. She started at 405 and she went to, is now at 120. And that was over the course of 3 years.
And she's 5'1",
She's 5'1",
right?
yeah. So, you know, and Mark's not.
Oh, and
Mark's
Barb's telling them.
Mark's not, yeah. Yeah.
Barb's like, no, you're good.
Those are kind of my guideposts, right? Barb and Mark Clem. So this is Barb. You were perfectly fine. I started at 405. She's 5'1" and lost a lot in the beginning too. Those of us bigger folks lose fast in the beginning. Thanks, Barb, for that. Anthony says, was it trippy to have people on the cruise be excited to see you, but you have no idea who they were at first? Absolutely. That's probably what celebrities feel like, y'all famous. It was weird, right? Because everybody's like, we feel like we know you. We know all your stories. We know, everything about you. And I'm like, what was your name again? It was so surreal. We were at the Bimini Beach Club and it was raining. So we were all sitting at the bar and I was telling somebody a story from my childhood. And Mark Clem was sitting there. He goes, oh, yeah, the magic hat story. I said, how'd you know the magic hat story? He goes, I've watched all your videos, Laraine. I know all the stories. So it's really wild. It's really wild. Yeah, it was a trip. Journey of life.
What's this crown number one?
We don't know. We saw it last night, too.
So YouTube has added some kind of gamification, and it's a function of how many times you've commented and things. I don't know, honestly. I need to look and see what all of that means.
We're the last to know.
Mark's telling him he's doing good.
Yeah, and Andy, I think you're doing great. I started at 467. I lost 20 plus first month. A lot of that is water. Good point, Mark. Yeah. Water, inflammation, just kind of you get a lot of that coming out right there at first. Lisa Jones, Christopher, a few of us watched your food noise video and absolutely loved it. You may have missed your calling as a rapper.
It's beat poetry. You gotta.
Is that why when Kendrick Lamar comes on the radio, he turns the channel? No, that was really good. Like I didn't really think he understood.
She didn't believe I had food noise.
Right.
She didn't believe. She's like, you don't have food noise. What are you talking about?
Well, and I kind of thought if you didn't grow up as a fat kid, how do you know what food noise is? But apparently he absolutely knows what food noise is, and he did not grow up as a fat kid.
I've been fat for 30 years. I mean, what's the magic number?
I don't know. I never knew food noise was what was happening in my head. It was just, I just wanted to eat all the time. I just, 3:00 came, what's for my snack? So that doesn't happen anymore. It's so freeing. I heard around the belly button is best, or at least it works the best. I mean, that's where I do. That's what mostly Christopher does. Definitely keep a log, keep some notes. Note where you put your shot injection each week, and you might see something feels better.
I've tried all of the spots. I haven't found any difference personally. There are people who swear one over one or the other. I did not personally like the arm. It wasn't because the medication acted differently. I thought it hurt. I just my stomach, I don't generally even feel it. It's not a big deal.
You really want to make sure you're putting it into fat. So the place where you have the most fat is probably gonna feel the best, I think, in terms of not pain level, but you know what I mean? Like, I rotate around the belly. Mark Clem says, yeah. I think that's kind of the easiest because it's right there. You don't have to like do something weird or look, but yeah, I think that's definitely a popular spot.
Mark says he rotates around the belly. Thank you for being a member, Mark. Joanne Roundtree went to Disney World. Was it hot, Joanne?
I bet it was hot.
I've sworn off Disney World in the summer. I can't do it. And I grew up going to Disney World. My dad was a huge Disney. I think I had gone to Disney World 30 times.
Before we even got married.
Oh, before I turned 18. I've been 30 times. And we lived in South Carolina, so it wasn't like we lived down the street. We went usually a couple of times a year. Anyway. So Tuesday with 5 other adults, 4 kiddos. It's so crazy how the food noise has subsided, even with all the fun and tasty treats on Zepbound 7.5.
When we went on the cruise, they had this amazing gelato ice cream bar, and there was somebody scooping it, and it was all included, and you could just go up and get whatever you wanted. And we got to the end of the cruise, and I realized I didn't try all that. I could have tried all the ice creams, and I think I had ice cream. I know I had some soft serve a couple times, but I didn't. I was like, oh, I missed my chance to try all and then I'm like, no, I don't need to try all the things. Like I still like all the treats, but I just don't think about eating them, nor do I have the capacity or room in my stomach to continue to eat like I used to. So it's you definitely have to make every bite count and only eat things that are going to be the best.
So let's see here. There's
the Mickey Mouse ice cream bars are the best.
They are. There's 253 people out there, 145 likes, 146 likes. Thank you very much. Just to remind you who we are, I'm Christopher. This is my lovely wife, Laraine, of 22 years. We are the Downsized. We kind of just hang out and talk about GLP-1s.
That's why
thing.
I never get popcorn at Disney World because I can get popcorn anywhere, right? People get the big popcorn buckets. Oh, look, it's us. So here's a cruise.
Hold on, and I'll turn that off.
Before GLP-1s. And then we went on a cruise. This was, I think, last year about this time. It was last year in July. So I've been on maintenance now for about a year. Christopher's been on maintenance maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 months.
Like 20 weeks, I think.
Mm-hmm. So, we know. We know. And I really liked that sparkly silver dress too. I had to give that away. It was way too big. There's us in New Year's Eve. Going into 2020, little did we know what was about to happen, but also on a cruise with some friends. I also liked that gold dress a lot too. Had to give that away. I went from a size like 12, 14 to a size 4'6". I've never been a 4'6" in my whole life, not even like as a child or a teenager or anything. I think I went like straight to a woman's like size 10 from children's clothes. So I've had to, pretty much get everything new. I've purged and purged. I need to purge some more. Now I need to purge. Like somebody mentioned the other day, what about pajamas? I'm like, you mean those pajama pants that are like falling off my body? I'm supposed to get rid of those too. I guess
she hasn't gotten rid of much.
Yeah, no, I could still get rid of more.
So Andy and Barb are talking. Thank you. That weight loss is good to know. So Barb mentioned hers. I was wondering if I could only lose a certain percentage of my body weight and it stopped working, or if I can keep going. Well, so here's the thing. The research will tell you is for Tirzepatide somewhere between 16 and 20%. I've personally lost almost 38% of my body weight.
Yeah.
Okay, Barb has a much higher percentage. If you talk to Mark Clem or Dennis out there, they're 40 plus, almost 50 for people out there.
Mm-hmm.
So for a lot of people, it keeps working. There's no guarantee. There never is a guarantee in life.
It's going to take time.
Right. And you're at a good time right now for these medications. The prices are starting to come down. So thank you very much for that.
Or maybe it's covered for him.
Yeah, hopefully it's covered.
Yeah.
There's no guarantee, though, that it starts working. But you should get a good year or 2 years minimum out of these drugs. So they continue to work. Barb's told him that.
Yeah. Okay.
The nice thing is there's so many drugs in development right now that by the time you get to the end of Tirzepatide working, there should be 2 or 3 more that have come out that work in slightly different ways. There's retatrutide that'll have a third action on it, a glucagon action. So
Yeah,
there will be other things
other
that come along that
medications.
can continue to help you if you have a lot of weight to
If
lose.
we get 3 years into this or 4 years into this, because really the studies didn't go out past 2 years.
You're starting to see
2, 3
3
years. So some people think that maybe things slow down with this medication maybe after 3 years. And 3 years from now, there's going to be so many more GLP-1 drugs hitting the market. So Ada Gonzalez sent a super chat.
Oh, well, thank you, Ada Gonzalez.
Thank you, Ada. She says thanks to you and 20 members in the advice video. So yeah, Christopher filmed when we were on the cruise. He asked all of the cruisers if they'd like to film like their top tip. So you see all these different people giving their top tip, their name, their weight, how much they lost, things like that. And it's just, I love that video so much. I just really love it so much. And I love that you love it too, Ada. So if you guys haven't watched it out there, when we're done or later, go watch it because it's so, I don't know. It just makes me like emotional for some reason because all these people that didn't know each other came together, and then they also wanted to help others through our channel with giving tips to people maybe just learning about GLP-1. So none of the tips are really the same, which I thought was kind of amazing. So be sure you check that out.
Well, and we had for the person I think Ruby Poo. Nobody really knew each other. There's a couple of people who knew each other from chat, from these kinds of chats and things, but they ranged in age from about 20.
Who was 20?
Olivia was.
Oh, our daughter.
and some to how old was Sandy? 70.
Sandy 77.
Set to 77.
Yeah, most people were.
The furthest away I think
40 to
came from
65,
Seattle and from California all the way to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
A completely ethnic diverse crowd, educationally diverse, economically diverse, but everybody got along. Everybody had a commonality that worked. Yeah. And we all sat and had dinner each night and kind of rotated tables, and we got to chat with everybody. Because everybody has something you can learn differently from them.
Yeah.
If you just get one person from each of those 54 people, one little tip. If I could have gotten everybody now.
One person from the 50,
or one tip from
each of the people.
Not everybody wanted to do the stuff,
right.
And that's
not
fine.
Everybody wants to be on camera.
And it took a little while to edit, but
yeah, but I really like that video a lot.
Durham says, if you asked a question and it wasn't answered, please feel free to ask again. But start with QQQ. Absolutely.
Thank you, Durham.
Thank you,
one of our
Durham.
Moderators. We appreciate it, Durham.
Learning
to be fierce. Huh. That's a great name. I started my GLP-1 journey a year ago today. I'm down 76 pounds in a year.
Yay.
I'm 169. That's great. Awesome. Learning to be fierce. I like that. 76 pounds in a year. That's perfect. I mean, you're doing great. Scott B. Great stream as usual. Thanks, Scott. Any experience with thinning hair or hair loss? Christopher had a full head of hair before we did.
I did not, no.
Did you have any hair come out, do you think?
I don't think you did. If I did, I mean, I don't have enough. I wouldn't have noticed it. I have a lot in the back, but
yeah, his hair is really thick in the back.
Yeah,
so I have really naturally pretty thick hair, and when I was in the weight loss phase, like probably in the middle of my weight loss, probably about 30 or 40 pounds in, I did notice that hair was coming out in the shower. Things were feeling different, So I took biotin. I tried to take some other supplements. Did they do anything? I don't know. I think once I hit maintenance, it kind of leveled back out. But you might want to use a gentler shampoo. You might want to sleep on a satin pillowcase. you're a guy. So, if you have a scrunchie, you don't want to pull
You
your
never know.
ponytail too tight and stuff like that. Get a wide comb, detangling comb and stuff like that. Be very gentle on your hair and really try not to, pull it out, because that is a symptom of weight loss, rapid weight loss on any plan, right? So that's just something you want to kind of look out for.
Jane Hall says, I only started Mounjaro 2 weeks ago, lost 8 pounds already, but the main thing for me is I'm type 2 diabetic and blood sugars were always between 19 and 25. Today it's already down to 12. Amazing. That is awesome. Let's give you some confetti.
Mounjaro 2 weeks ago. So yeah, it sounds like it's really just kicked in for you. Type 2 diabetics, from what we understand, lose a little bit slower than non-type 2 diabetics. So it sounds like you're doing great. It's really working for you. That's awesome. Tara, is that a flying kitty?
It does look like a kitty with wings, yes.
I started at 225 last October, but I went from 159 to 172 in 3 weeks on vacation, and I hope I can find my way back.
Well, I can tell you the exact route to find your way back. Take your shot.
Take a shot. Yeah, that 3 weeks on vacation. Okay, so you had a great time. What's that really like? How many pounds is that? It's 13 pounds. Am I thinking? Is that right? So that's not bad.
You'll be fine.
Hopefully you'll get back on your shot. I don't know that you went off, but you'll get back on your healthy eating habits, get back with your water, get back to eating your protein first and doing all the things. It's a journey, right? I mean, don't beat yourself up about it. It happens. It happens to everybody. So and the thing about this GLP-1 medication is it's not a diet we're going to go off and on.
Because it's not a diet.
Because it's not a diet. It's a medical treatment for the disease of obesity. So, we're just, this is our life now. This is how we live. Previously, at the beginning of our journey, I had skipped a shot when we went on a cruise because I wanted to eat more. And I got the drink package and I wanted to have all the things and have all the fun. And so I did that and I definitely went overboard. I think I gained 5 pounds. It was only like a 5-day cruise. And we came back and I got right back on it. And after I did that, I said, you know what? Was that worth it? Like, is that how I want to do that? Like, kind of messing with it. And I don't, because when I skipped the shot, it took me a while to ramp back up to get back to that level of medication in my body where it was before. So now we've decided we're not skipping our shot through vacation, through travel, through whatever. We also travel with a travel scale. And if you'd have told me I would be somebody traveling with a travel scale on vacation 2 or 3 years ago, I would tell you that that's what crazy people do. But really, we've taken our travel scale on cruises. We took it to Amsterdam. And it's helpful, right?
Because we don't for a couple of days, but if we're gone an extended period.
Yeah. I mean, 2 or 3 days, I don't, but longer than that, maybe. If you're getting on, and we weigh every day, and you may not do that, but that's what we do. So if you're weighing every day, you're really going to see those fluctuations. Right. So you see a fluctuation, you might want to pull things back a little bit. You know what I mean? So it can really help you from going to off the rails. Learning to be fierce. Did I read this? No. I started my GLP-1 journey a year ago today, 76 pounds in a year and 168 pounds down from my heaviest of 334. End of 2018, and then 5'3", 35 years young. You all have been a blessing on my journey. Well, that's awesome. Wow. I mean, you're doing really, really good. So, and you're 35. You're just a kid. She's just a baby. So that's awesome. I'm glad that you found this medication and that it's working for you.
DJ says, is calorie deficit closer to the TDEE calculation, or is it a set 1,200 to 1,500 calories? I'm 66, 6'2", 285. work out 5 to 6 times a week. Well, there's no set number for it because every person is different. Take a look at your TDEE and work down from there. You can also look at your basal metabolic rate. We weigh ourselves every day and kind of use the scale to judge some of that. Talk to your doctor. If you don't have a nutritionist, you can talk to a nutritionist, but there's no absolute set number for it.
Also, if you're working out 5 to 6 days a week, you're probably going to need a couple extra 100 calories a day just to support that, right? Because you don't want to lose muscle. Make sure you're focusing on protein, of course. You're taller, you're 6'2", you're working out a lot. I would think you would be at the top end of that calculation. So the TDEE calculators can give you a guide, really like see how you feel, see how it works for you.
Unfortunately, this is as much an art as it is in science. There's no 2 + 2 = 4 here. Everybody's different.
Yeah.
Take them as a guide and kind of build what works for you.
Yeah.
It's if there were an exact formula for it, everybody could do it.
Well, and plus, you might think you're counting these calories, but are you weighing everything? Are you measuring everything? Are you, and sometimes even the information on the package is not exactly correct. So, there's going to be some discrepancy there. So some people really like to key in on those exact number of calories, and then they're disappointed when they are not losing like they think they should because they're hitting such a low calorie number. So play with it, see what works for you. And that's why I like weighing myself every day. You're going to see those fluctuations and you're going to know when they come and go. Ada says, you are famous. Currently #1 favorite couple. Woohoo! I also know another couple on the list as well. I ran across on Facebook, somebody else I didn't know them, but a friend of a friend or something. And they were like, were they big travel people or something? They did like travel blogs and stuff. So, but thanks for voting for us. So maybe we'll win. We appreciate your support.
Rita says, what do you guys, thank you for being a member, Rita. What do you guys think about going up on compound if your doctor is okay with it with smaller increments instead of 2 to 5? Well, so I'm not a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my thing.
Why?
Yeah. The titration jump was designed such that your body would continue to respond to it. So it's got to be a big enough jump that your body goes, oh. There's more medicine. Very unscientific way to say it, but there's more medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Not a doctor. So to me, unless you're having really bad side effects or there's some compelling reason to go up in a smaller dose, I would go up in pretty traditional increments. So the branded, the Zepbound, the Mounjaro doses are 2.5 and 5. A lot of the compounds have done similar doses, but essentially 2 to 4, they're kind of doubling it from that first dose. But those jumps are there for a reason, and it's to make sure your body continues to respond. Unless you have a real reason not to jump, I wouldn't do it. You're just going to waste your money.
Yeah, I mean, if you're having severe constipation or diarrhea or you're throwing up or something like that, where in that case, like, you're probably not going to move off a 2.5 anyway. And I talked to a lady who lost 50 pounds on 2.5, never moved off of it. So it just depends on how your body is responding to the medication. But I don't see any reason to try to fine tune an increment in between the steps that have been studied and tested by Eli Lilly in the Surmount studies. I just don't know why you'd do that, although you could.
Andy says, is your weight loss only a percentage, or do you keep losing? With me being a bigger guy, 5'11" at 465, well, 450 now, LOL, I've lost 15 pounds in 2 weeks. My question is, will I end up stop losing weight? So all the percentages and all those numbers are just research, and it's the research they've done in looking at hundreds and sometimes thousands of people, and they've kind of averaged those numbers out, and they look at percentage of body weight.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those people, if you dove into those numbers, lost a lot more. Some of those people did not lose as much. So this is going to be determined by you, your body, the way your genetics react to it, how Dennis likes to say how much you comply with being in a calorie deficit and doing all of the things. It won't magically stop until your body forces it to stop. And honestly, that is probably at a lot, 300 pounds down.
Well, and again, I go back to what Barb has said. So Barb went from 405 to 120, and she really felt like she couldn't get below 120. Like her body just said, oop, after 3 years, she just said, oop. And she never lowered her dose. So I think she's still on 15 milligrams, but her body just found its point, right? But I think, if you're 450, I think you will just continue to lose 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah, you should. If not, there's more options coming. So
yeah.
I started at 286.4. And this morning I was down at 184. I've been in maintenance, and my maintenance center weight is 185. So I've been up, and I'll tell you, I have added calories back in. So I've kept my dose at 15 milligrams. I'm at the highest dose. I've added calories back in. If I cut calories again, I could continue to lose weight. I don't want to, and I don't feel like I need to, but I could.
I think you're doing fine, and you've got a lot of runway. So just keep doing what you're doing. Journey of life. Some people swear they lose more on different sites, but I have yet to try other than my tummy because I fear it wouldn't have the same effect. LOL. It costs too much for me to test it out. I mean, I get it. This medicine is expensive, right? Especially when you're paying out of pocket and you find a place that works, and you just you don't want to mess anything up. The different sites, you won't mess it up. But if you've got your stomach, I would rotate around your belly button. You don't want to do the exact same place over and over. So just I kind of go in a roundabout motion and do that. But if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? If it ain't broke, don't. Yeah, that's it. Cat C. I think Christopher looks a bit like comic Tom Papa.
People have mentioned that before.
I don't know who Tom. Who did?
I think we've looked him up
Somebody
before.
said something on the cruise. Somebody said you look just like blah blah blah. Tom
Courtney
Papa.
Bagden, thanks for being a member.
Papa.
Courtney Bogdan, walking into Costco after starting tours was a whole other experience. No food noise for the win. Absolutely. Jazzy MDG, also a member, says hello, everyone.
It does kind Wait, can you guys see? Can you see?
Yeah, I saw.
That's kind of funny.
I've looked at somebody else has mentioned that before.
All right, that's funny. Jazzy's here. Douglas says, if you want to lose 2 pounds a week, you need 7,000 calories per week deficit. So calculate your TDEE and subtract 1,000, and that's your answer. Eat at least 1,500 and lots of protein, or you increase muscle loss. I mean, yes, theoretically. I think Mindy, who's in the shower right now, or maybe she's out by now, she just swam a mile. What she says is, and I'm paraphrasing, she can control what goes into her body, but she can't control how her body, what her body does with that, how it offloads fat or muscle or losing weight, So we can get really scientific about it, and we can really dial in on the calories and stuff, but your body's going to do what it wants to do, and sometimes it's unpredictable. So, I mean, those are good guidelines, but they're not guaranteed things, I guess, right?
For sure.
For sure. DJ says, hey, Christopher, you need to move your logo behind you up a little higher. Yeah, I've told him that, but then he's like, no, he doesn't want to. You can't tell him anything, DJ. Believe me, I've tried.
I'm okay with it being covered up. I think
but it
that's
looks
part
like
of the charm.
own-sized.
But you know what? When we film centered, then it's not. I think it's fine. It doesn't bother me even a little bit.
All right. He's the artistic type. He's the creative director. All right. So,
it's a TV, though. I can put it wherever I want it to be.
Yeah, this is a big TV. So
let's see here. Which one do you?
It's fascinating.
News, Downsized dish. There we go.
Fascinating. All right.
It is fascinating.
What else?
I I was looking for.
Anybody else have my mosquito bite goes away? Like mosquito bites really used to bother me terribly. I've got like a little one I'm kind of messing with right there. But I've noticed I don't get the reaction to mosquito bites that I've had for my whole life now that I'm on Zepbound. Does anybody else notice that? I looked it up on Reddit. A couple people were talking about it. Just wondering what you guys think. Kirsten's Memory says, I don't notice a difference with shot location. I also don't notice a difference between the vials from the 3 compound pharmacies. Me either. Kirsten.
We've used 5 compounding pharmacies, and I haven't been able to tell the difference. Yeah.
Hallandale, Red Rock, Akeda, Empower.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's that other one? Where you got the 6-month supply.
The one from Orderly is a different pharmacy too. I've used it all.
Is it South End Pharmacy or something?
We've used we might have used 6. We've used South End and whatever Orderly's is. It's not.
I'm currently got some Empower in the fridge. So yeah, no, I think they're the same. Timothy Wilson says, can anyone share when you moved from 5 milligrams to 7.5? Was it a big step up? People ask that a lot. I think they get going good with the 2.5. They go to 5 and they're like, ooh.
I think they're worried about side effects too.
Yeah.
I didn't notice any. I mean, I noticed that it worked a little bit. If you are another creator named, her name just went out, Tawana, likes to say the Zep is zepping. Sometimes when I stepped up that day or that next day, I could really feel it working, but it didn't give me any more side effects or anything.
I mean, as long as you're not having any side effects, moving up really shouldn't. Well, I don't know about that. Sometimes it does. I mean, I don't know. I didn't. I mean, some people have reported that they feel it more, or maybe they're tired, or maybe they are constipated, but it's all manageable things, right? It's nothing that's going to cause you to miss work or anything like that.
All right, there's 256 of you out there. Hello, everybody. My name is Christopher. This is Laraine. For the Downsized, we talk about GLP-1s. Feel free to ask a question if you'd like. Put a QQQ in the thing, and we'll see if we can't get to it in the next 45 minutes or so. There's 182 likes, so if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. I think we're closing in on 23,000 subscribers right now. So
yeah,
I'm still amazed there's one of you out there.
Yeah, we've added a lot of subscribers just in the past week. I think our news show, people really like our Downsized
the weigh-in
news.
And the news both did well.
And our weekly weigh-in this week when we're in the park talking about if you haven't watched that, check it out because they've been really popular. So.
Yeah. Marlena, who's a member, also says, seems like the telehealth companies are not worrying about Eli Lilly shutting them down. I use Orderly, and they're having 3 to 4 month supplies back up. Yeah, I saw that. I had got the 5 month supply from Orderly as well, so they sent me a note about it. I think there are a few of them that have hopefully deep pockets that are going to try and fight it out as long as they can afford the lawyers.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Unless the FDA or a state decides to shut them down, they're going to keep going until the judge makes them shut them down.
I mean,
that'll take a while.
Dr. Myra at Mochi just posted that article about why she thinks compounding should continue. So,
she's poking the snake. So.
She is. I'm like, Dr. Myra, shh. Eli Lilly is coming for you. Shh.
Yeah, they were coming for her personally.
Yeah.
Pokey girl. Hi, guys. I'm on week 8 of compounded Tirzepatide. On week 5, I began slowly increasing my dosage, but starting having an itchy rash at my injection site. Anyone else suggestions? Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, it does. I've heard people talking about that. Ask your doctor, because we're not doctors, but a lot of people use like a Benadryl cream, or maybe they take a Benadryl, or maybe they use a different hydrocortisone cream. But definitely talk to your doctor about that. But we do hear that quite often.
On compounded, you could also be allergic to whatever they're compounding it with.
The niacinamide.
I don't know who you're using or what it is, but there's some reports and some people who have had to switch pharmacies and ask for other things compounded. So talk to your doctor for sure. Mm-hmm. Most of those things you shouldn't really be allergic to, but there's sometimes people who are. Yeah. Anna Hoover. Hello, Miss Anna Hoover.
2.5 years on Mounjaro. 129 pounds. now. Gave all my big clothes away. Still can't believe what I see in the mirror. Was never this small. Anna, you and I are going to do a downsized dish someday. I'm just telling you. Put it in your mind. Set it in your mind. And when you're ready, let me know. So our downsized dish is our series where I talk to people, just real people that watch our show, about their weight loss. So if you'd like to come on the Downsized Dish and tell me your story, you can send me an email to Laraine at the Downsized.
Oh, hold on.
I thought you were going to put that
yeah,
up.
I was only partially listening. I apologize.
What
are we doing now?
Laraine at thedownsized.org. Laraine at thedownsized.org. Laraine. So I'd love to talk to you. So send me an email. I'll send you a link to our calendar. That person had lost some weight, but then you took it away.
It
was blue. I think I saw it. No, that was that. Was it that?
Maybe. Yes, it was that.
Violin 86. I'm a type 2 diabetic and down 37% of my body weight in just over a year. Down 233 to 149. Wow, that's really good. That's excellent. So congratulations. We'll give you confetti. Yay. Yeah. Anthony, how did you feel when you were close to approaching your goal weight? I was damn happy. Were you nervous that the sort of end was actually happening? Nah. What would current you tell the past you about maintenance? I got to my first, so I started at 193. When I got to 150, I was ecstatic. That was my goal weight. That had been my goal weight at Weight Watchers for years. I'd never hit it, so I was ecstatic. So I got to that, and I stayed at that dose for a few weeks, and then I dropped down my dose, but I was still losing a little bit of weight, like maybe a pound a month. And so eventually I got down to about 140. I lost about 10 more pounds, still while dropping my dose down. And so then I decided, well, maybe my goal's 140. I mean, I'm 5'5", so that's not out of the question. But so, I mean, you kind of don't really know where you're going until you kind of get there and see how you feel and see what it looks like on you. And now this is just our life, right? So there's no, I want to be able to eat 3 meals a day I want to be hungry for meal times. I want to enjoy my food. I want to have an occasional donut or ice cream or whatever. But this is now just kind of merged into our lifestyle. What would you say, Christopher?
Well, if you go back, there's a couple of videos where I think we're sitting outside actually chatting about some of these questions. And I press her pretty hard on this question because her only goal in life
was to be thin.
As long as I have known her.
Was to be skinny.
Was to lose weight. That was always the New Year's resolution.
Why do you
that
want
was
to lose
always
weight?
the goal.
Because I want to be
skinny. So there's a couple of videos where we talk about it, and I'm like, well, what's your goal going to be now? What are you going to focus on now?
Now it's muscle. Yeah.
I don't know that she's quite found that bigger now yet to replace thing, but we're working on it.
Yeah, and a lot of people talk about health and, Christopher's on blood pressure medicine and high cholesterol medicine.
Not anymore.
He's not on those anymore. Mm-hmm. So that was definitely a goal. I never had any health issues except for my colonoscopy thing, but I don't think that was weight related. But anyway, so for, people talk about health, and health is definitely a driver, and we should all be concerned about our health because we're all getting older all the time, and that's important. But that was never, when you're 10 years old and your mom's taken away a snack from you at the pool that everybody else gets to eat, but you don't because they're skinny and you're not, that just, it gets in your head from a young age. So I don't know. I've just been warped in that way. Journey of life. Did you hear about orderly meds taking their compounded vials to get tested? Yeah. To see if they'll last another year. So if they used to expire in September, that will last another year.
I didn't understand it that way. I understand
I thought they just had a longer shelf life than they thought.
I didn't understand it was a whole other year. I watched Brittany's video about it, and I've bought from Orderly, so and they sent me a whole thing on it. I understood that the September would be extended so that it was 12 months from whatever it didn't add that whole extra year on.
It seems, well, and with I've been getting my last couple shipments from Empower Pharmacy, and those bud dates have been getting longer and longer. Like they were 3 months out, and then they're 6 months out, and now I think they're like 8 or 9 months out. So
that's a good price. I mean, and I've used Orderly, so that medication works.
And when we used to get Hallandale, those were a year out.
Mm-hmm.
That was like gold standard there. You can't get that anymore.
Kirsten, who was also on the cruise, and thank you for being a member. Kirsten says, I love being on camera, but I missed Christopher on the cruise. We missed you. Sorry.
Oh.
Next time. Yeah, I know you already booked, so we'll do another one next year. Here's my tip. Get a smart scale because it tells you important numbers other than weight, and get one for travel too. That's a good tip, Kirsten.
Yeah. We have some on our Downsized store. We're Amazon affiliates, so we have an Amazon store. Go to the downsized.org and check that out. As a type 2 diabetic, Angela says, my last A1C was 4.9. I think that's pretty good, right? Don't you want to be around 5 or under?
I don't know.
I think that's good. Sounds good. All right. What else? You're just scrolling through all the comments.
No, I have to go back up. It goes up and down.
Cues.
Mike Mark's going on a bike ride, but he's going to listen to us.
Okay. So if we ask him a question, he will not be able to respond.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting us know, Mark. Sasha says, for those having loss of hair issues, if you use the dandruff shampoo Nazorol, it helps regrow hair. Crazy. I know my dermatologist told me that. It really works. All right. Good to know. It must have some kind of chemical in it that helps. Mimosas 612. Thank you both for educating this community and for the very helpful GLP-1 or GLP TED Talks. I appreciate you both. Thank you for coming to our TED Talk. Mimosas. I like mimosas.
Thank you.
For Laraine, do you lift using free weights? Yes. How many pounds are they? I'm trying to escape the curse of the noodle arms. Okay. Well, today I did a high intensity interval.
So if you think she's going into the gym and there's giant free weights that she's doing deadlifts and curls, she's not doing.
Well, can I say, or because you're not there with me.
I'm not doing it either, but I know what you're doing.
The teacher this morning said get 3 sets of weights: a lightweight, a midweight, and a heavyweight. And I said, what the heck is that? So I got a 3-pound set of dumbbells, and I got a 6-pound set of dumbbells, and then I got a 10-pound set of dumbbells. I usually don't go heavier than 10 or sometimes 12. And we were doing like flies. We were doing jumping over a step with weights. We were doing like sit-ups with the weights. We were doing, I mean, I don't go in the weight room and like work out with the weight bros. Like I don't know how to do that. I need like a class with somebody leading me through that says, okay, now take your heaviest weights you can do. Oh, we also did kettlebell swings. So I guess I had, is it a 16-pound kettlebell? I think I had a 16-pound kettlebell. So that's what I do. So I've kind of started this pull-up challenge just to kind of get more familiar with just going into the weight room, because I don't know what all those machines do, and they're confusing, and you have to adjust the seat and adjust the weight and adjust who can figure out all those things on the first day? Well, not me. I can never remember like how many. Anyway, so I figured I'd start with just the one machine and then kind of work my way up. But a lot of the classes I use like the little weights. So yeah, I'd say, start with something light that you can pick up. You can even do soup cans, right? I think Barb used to do Campbell soup cans, and then she moved up to Progresso cans, and then she moved up to 2-pound dumbbells, and now she walks a couple miles to the gym, works out with weights, and then walks back. So, you just kind of start where you are, but every little bit adds up, right? So, and you can do a lot of things without weights too. You can do push-ups are great body weight exercises, planks, push-ups, lunges, squats. Well, that's not for your arms, but you know what I'm saying. Okay. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
How to ham. Can you talk a little
Ham.
bit about the Renfo scale? Do I need it? Is it cool?
Yes,
Tom,
you
the
need
new
it.
guy from yesterday.
Yes, it is cool.
So do you have to have it? No, you don't. If you just
Well,
have a
it's
regular
just a
scale, that
scale.
works fine. What a Renfo scale does is it's a digital scale that has sensors in the bottom of it. You step on it with a bare feet. It sends an electric signal up around your groin and back down that measures 10 or 12 different things. Weight is, of course, the most obvious one, body fat, all of those there's a bunch of other things to it. It also keeps track of everything and will connect to an app on your phone so that you have the data going forward.
Can you see that? So you can see today I weighed 143.6, and you can see my body fat percent, my weight, my BMI, my subcutaneous fat, visceral fat, body water, skeletal muscle, muscle mass, bone mass, protein, BMR, and the dreaded metabolic age that has me a year older than I am, and everything else is in the green. But anyway, so you can take these measurements. I mean, it's good as a guideline because then you can see like the chart, and you can see like over the past year, I have to go back further than a year, but you can get a visual of how
you can't see that on the screen, babe.
See it on this, but you can see it going down over time. So it's very motivating. Maybe when your weight's maybe not moving, but you look at it and say, oh, I gained some muscle this week and lost some fat. So it's helpful to look at other measures. It's also a good record. I used to write down in a notebook my weight every day. I've got notebooks of my weights going back to like 2005. So now it's all in the phone. So, and it's easier to compare. You can look back on different days and compare if you want. So I would.
Well, so the thing is, you can get one for $20. This is not a big investment or anything.
I mean, $20.
If you'd like to go to our Amazon store, we have one there. We make a small commission on it. You don't have to buy from us. You can go to Walmart, you can go to Target, you can go to Meijer, wherever you want to do. But you can get one. Would I recommend it? Yeah, we both use it every day. You can have multiple.
The same one.
Yeah, we use the same one.
Yeah.
And I think most people on here will have some version of that electronic scale. There's a few other brands. And this is about when people say, well, it's not accurate and blah, blah.
I mean,
it's close enough.
It's
close enough.
Accurate.
I mean, when I go from the doctor to measure, I think it's about a 2-pound difference, and I'm wearing clothes. So I usually
the doctor scale is always 5 pounds heavier.
Yeah, the doctor scale is only 2 pounds.
If you're on the same scale every day, it gives you.
I now have almost 2 years worth of data in there. So that direction, I promise you, it's going. It's showing you what's happening, and once you get that data, you'll all of a sudden see patterns to it, and you'll see that there's things you can do. So it's pretty exciting. But yeah, I would definitely say. Yeah. Tanya Sparkles. I've been keto for 7 years, starting Semaglutide. Want to continue eating keto. I feel better eating that way.
All right.
Do you guys know anyone that eats keto with these? Yeah, there's lots of people that do.
You don't have to, but if that's how you like to eat, then by all means.
And I would encourage you. And I'm not keto and know very little about it, but make sure you're getting the nutrition you need with vitamins and fiber.
Fiber's a big.
I did a big report a couple of weeks ago about nutrition, and because you're eating so much less, getting that nutrition. So you might need some supplements. There might be some other things you need. Laraine interviewed a lady named Adrienne Gledhill, who was on The Biggest Loser, who has a YouTube channel as well. She is big time carnivore, and that whole community is keto, and so it leans harder in there. And I'm sure there's other people on here who are keto that absolutely.
If that's the way you like to eat, then by all means continue. But you don't have to eat keto. You don't have to eat any particular diet plan with these medications, because your appetite's just gonna be suppressed. You're just gonna want to eat protein first, and then whatever else you can fit in after that. And then over time, I've added back in more food, but with a focus on protein. I love bread. So, me and Oprah, I love bread. So I would not want to go 7 years and not eat a piece of bread. That to me would not, I would not like that. I would not be happy eating like that. So just, food for thought, so to speak.
Sasha says, has anyone used Claimable yet for a prior authorization or appeal? We haven't used
We
it.
did a news story on that, didn't we?
We did not, but we talked about it, I think, last week. Dave Knapp did a big thing about it.
Oh, I guess that's what I was thinking. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we haven't used it.
No, I mean, our insurance just flat out doesn't cover weight loss medication. So, I mean, it doesn't matter who's the appealing. No. I think our doctor did send in some PAs, and the insurance company's like, no, y'all aren't covered for that. Sorry. So,
Meows, I will be traveling internationally for 2 weeks in December, and I will still have my compounding Tirzepatide. Why don't you grab that behind you? And I don't want to be without my dose. Do you know if I can bring my expired vial on the plane? Thank you.
Why is it expired?
Well, first of all, the official recommendation is don't use expired medication, but you do you. You're a grown-up.
This is the pen one. This is not the vial.
Oh, this
one.
is.
We have
a vial.
We have two travel cases.
Let's see here.
And one is for the pens and one is for the vials, but I don't think that's really what she's asking. I don't want to be without my dose. Why is it expired? What do you mean expired? Is it past the bud date? You're traveling internationally for 2 weeks, so you'll need at least, maybe you want to take 2 shots with you. So this is always a tricky thing to think about, right? So if there's four weeks worth of shots in one vial, you want to make sure you have 2 weeks worth when you take the vial with you. So maybe you want to work it out so that your vial has 2 weeks worth, or maybe you want to start a new vial and then keep it in a cool in a travel case. Once your medication comes to room temperature, it's good for 30 days, right?
Yep.
So even you just don't want it to be over 80 degrees.
But so to answer your question, I've traveled through TSA many times with this, and we have another one that's for vials.
Yeah.
They're on our Amazon store as well, but use whatever one you like. Nobody ever looked at the vials at the pens.
No.
One time with this one, the TSA guy pulled me for a random check. It wasn't because of this. It was just that the light dinged, and he looked at the case and went, "Oh, nice case."
Nice case.
He didn't care. He didn't. He opened it.
He open it?
He opened it to see if the things were frozen inside, and he was like, "Oh, these are whatever."
Yeah.
He didn't care. People travel with these meds
Nobody's
all the time.
Look at the expiration
plus diabetics
date.
travel. Plus there's EpiPens. I mean, there's just a lot of syringes and things going through. They don't worry about it.
Definitely take it with you. Definitely put it in a travel case or something to keep it cool on the way, and you should be fine. That was good. How to ham. I worked in airline biz. As long as your med is labeled for you, there is no issue. Very rare to be questioned about your meds. So, do we have any little vials up here? Any vials of Tirzepatide? So, a lot of times, I think I see one over there. A lot of times the vials will not have the prescription information like your name and the pharmacy and stuff on the vial. A lot of times they're in a little box. And so, if you're worried about that, you might want to take the little box because, here's an old vial of Tirzepatide, and it just says Tirzepatide, 5 milligrams. It doesn't say my name. This was the Hallandale Pharmacy. This was one of the ones we got at a
long time ago,
2023. So if you're worried about having your name on it and stuff, sometimes Empower sends like the little baggie with the supplies in it that has your prescription information and the name of the pharmacy and all that. So you could take that with you if you were worried about that. As far as the pens, here's an old Mounjaro pen that's been used. These aren't going to have your name on them. So you're going to take this and you're just going to put it in the case.
But
we've never had an issue. If you are nervous about it, you can always go online to your pharmacy and print off your prescription or ask your doctor to maybe write something out for you. But we haven't ever needed that. Your mileage may vary. Journey of life. Chris isn't amused with the resemblance. It's probably his cousin, JK.
It doesn't matter to me. Some other bolt guy.
He gets stuff all. I mean, people said like Tom Arnold one time. We used to get that a lot before he started.
Some autograph is Tom Arnold once
Before-
in Times Square.
Well, wherever we were on that
Some
cruise,
drunk guy.
it was New Year's Eve on a cruise, and somebody thought you were like famous and asked for your autograph.
Oh yeah, I don't
Because
know
you wore a tux. You took
Yeah, I
that
did.
was that 2020
Mhm.
cruise. He decided he was wearing a tux because he's fancy, and somebody asked him for his autograph. I don't know who they thought he was. Hey, Tom Papa is cool as hell. I understand not wanting to resemble someone.
I don't know who he is, so it doesn't matter to me.
I don't know. People just tell me all the time that I just look familiar. Like if I had $1 for every time, like before YouTube, like before this, like people just used to tell me all the time, you look so familiar. And we'd go through, well, does your kid go to school here? No. Well, do you live here? No. It would have no connection. It would happen all the time. And then finally I'm just like, yeah, people just tell me I have a familiar face. I don't know. But they never tell me I look like anybody.
Did we do this? We did this, didn't we?
Yes, we
Yeah,
did.
we did.
Thanks, Ada.
Just making sure. Thank you.
That's a great video.
Yeah, that was a good one. Let's see where we were.
All right. Well, we're an hour and 35 minutes in. We've got 55 people, 214 likes. So thank you. Go ahead and click that like button. It doesn't cost you anything, and it just helps us with the YouTube algorithm. DJ says, I'm not necessarily aiming for 2 pounds a week, just looking at TDEE figures. Okay. I've been eating around 1,500 calories daily and averaging 200 grams of protein.
That's a lot of protein.
That's a lot of protein, DJ. So how many calories are in a gram of protein? Is it 4?
4.
So you're getting 800 of about half of your calories just in protein. If that's working for you, then that's great. That is a lot of protein. Does that
I don't think I could eat that much protein.
That's hard to do. So, like a 3-ounce piece of chicken is 30 grams. An egg is 6 grams. Like you have to get to 200, like I have to work to get like up to 80. And really you have to make sure everything you're eating has protein in it. It has to be a focus.
And I don't eat fake food. So I don't eat protein bars, protein powders. So I'd have to eat like 5 pounds of meat.
I do some protein supplements. Otherwise I would not get there with just regular food. Evelyn Bose, I wonder if the mosquitoes that bit you lose weight. Somebody else said that. Now the mosquitoes have Tirzepatide in their system. That's funny. Yeah, no, I don't know. I think I'm very allergic to bee stings. So I think I'm generally allergic to most insect kind of bites kind of thing. But we would go camping and I would just be covered in mosquito bites. And I would try everything from those wrist coils that you wear, stickers on your body. I had it's called that bug bite thing that draws the poison out of the bug bite. I've tried sprays and creams and everything, and nothing ever seemed to keep the mosquitoes away. But this year, I've noticed them biting me. I was out in the yard working, and I noticed I was like, every time I go outside, I get a stupid mosquito bite. And I came in to shower, and I'm like, there's no bite here. There's no welt. It was there a minute ago. I don't know. It was weird. Michelle Menozzi started Zepbound 6 weeks ago. Down 19 pounds. Found you guys a few weeks ago. Thanks so much for all your content and the info. And yes, I've noticed less reactions to mosquitoes too. Thank you, Michelle. I think it's a thing. I don't, what do we do with that? I don't know, but it's helpful. Health at any cost says, if I had to do math to lose weight, get healthy, I would have failed. I didn't eat fast food or in restaurants and lost 280 pounds without math. Amen, sister.
Girl can turn the most easy equation into an algebra equation for some reason. Nobody knows why.
Well, that's just how my mind works. But so also 18 weeks on compounded Tirzepatide and down 43 pounds. All right, excellent job. Yeah, well, for Barb, that was her, she's told me this. She's written about this in her blog. She was getting a lot of takeout, a lot of Uber Eats, a lot of DoorDash and food, directly to her home that was maybe not the healthiest, foods. So when she changed that and stopped eating that and went for some other lower calorie choices, she, it's all in your choices, right?
Here comes the royal
Donna
JoJo.
Donna from Omaha. Hey girl, my theory on these GLPs, your body metabolizes sugar more efficiently, hence mosquitoes and bees can't smell.
There's a JoJo butt for you.
Okay, was reading Donna's thing.
Sorry.
Bees can't smell the sweetness of your blood, and since inflammation reduced, reaction is less. I mean, I like that theory. Metabolizes sugar more efficiently. Do we think it? I guess so, because for the whole diabetic, thing. Yeah, I get it. Hence, mosquitoes and bees can't smell the sweetness of your blood. Yeah, because they never bite him. They never be biting him, because he's not sweet. And this is our cat JoJo. JoJo Cornelius. You want to take that away?
Well, she's standing on top of the iPad.
JoJo says, "What y'all doing?"
What's scooch over a little bit, Joe? Thank you.
JoJo says, "There's no room for me to sit here." And JoJo, why don't you sit right here?
Marlene says, "I'm 1 pound away from being at 199. I keep teetering in between 201 and 202. Ugh, the last month it seems like it might as well be 100 pounds in between." Well, what dose are you on, and how long have you been on that dose? What's your titration look like? What do your calories look like?
Maybe you need to have a higher calorie day. It goes back to my eat a cheeseburger theory, right? Maybe you're not eating enough, and your body's just holding on. So you need to trick it.
Are you constipated and you're literally full of it? Because I can drop 3 pounds.
Delightful. Yeah, you know what? It'll drop, and then you're going to be like 195, and you're going to be like, what? It's just going to whoosh at some point. That's my prediction, Marlene. So let us know. Keep us posted. Chad Morgan says, started 213.25, down 75 pounds from 228 to 153. I'm 5'7", 45-year-old male, currently on 15 milligrams Tirzepatide Zepbound. I can walk past people I've known for years and they don't recognize me. It's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, good job. 75 pounds. That is a lot. Are you in maintenance now, Chad? I guess so. That's pretty good weight for 5'7", right? So yeah. Do you tell people that you lost weight with a medication, or do you not tell them? I just want one time in my life for someone to tell me I look too skinny. LOL, just once. No one has told me that. I don't know. Has anyone told me that? I look too skinny? I don't think I'm.
No, I haven't heard of too skinny.
I think if I lost about 10 more pounds, I would look too skinny. And I'm good. I'm good where I'm at. Anthony, wow, Laraine, that taking away the snacks at the pool story sounds so sad. I would cry. I got so many sad stories. Y'all don't even know. I mean, my sister was skinny. I was chubby. We were not allowed the same things. And it was, we grew up we had the same parents. We were fed the same foods. Like, I don't know, it must have been like obesity or something, genetic. So I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, I clearly remember that. Candy bars at the pool back in 1976.
JoJo, Kristen wanted to see you.
Tell JoJo. Oh, here she is, Kirsten. Here's the JoJo. Kirsten has kitties too. JoJo is shedding up a storm.
Sasha says, is the orderly deal too good to be true? Weighing my options for compounding, I'm nervous to go compounding. There's no. If you stay with one of the major players, you'll be fine. They're all buying from the same pharmacies. I've bought from Orderly. It was fine. We've bought from Mochi. It is fine. Like I said, we've used 5 or 6 different pharmacies.
I've only used Mochi. I lost all my weight through Mochi. I've been with them since February of 2024. So
the biggest thing I would say is just understand with compounding is there's a lot of legal questions floating around out there, and it could go away. Doesn't look like it's going to right now, but there is the FDA, there's state regulators, there's multiple court cases. There's a lot of things happening, so something could happen. For us, we would have to flip the Eli Lilly and pay the big guys, and that kind of is what it is. We don't want to, but
Well, for us, it's the most cost-effective option, and it works.
And I still have Zepbound pens in the refrigerator, so nothing wrong with that.
We travel with them. They're good for traveling sometimes. If, they're a little bit easier than. JoJo will grace us when she. You are now worthy, Durham. I don't know. She comes looking for us. We got JoJo in 2021, and so we were all home for COVID, and she just got used to for us all being home all the time. So whenever, she doesn't like to be by herself very often. She'll come looking for us, and she likes to sit where we are. Anthony says, Laraine and Chris's conversations is literally my stream of consciousness on talking to each other. What is the new bigger picture here versus I just want to be thinner? That's so relatable. I mean, it's just something I've never been able to achieve for my whole life. And now I've achieved it. And it's amazing. Lori says, love your channel. Tell everyone I tell everyone I know to watch you both, especially if they're on the fence about starting the medication. I have a sorority sister who's been instant messaging me for a while now, trying to figure out Zepbound or what she wants to do. And I'm like, come to the channel, come to the live show. We'll answer questions. And she's like, oh, well, what about this? And what about this? And I'm like, girl, I'm giving her all the information. She's like, I'm sorry if I'm, bothering you. I'm like, nope, I do this all day long. It's fine. But, we've got lots of videos out there on just about every GLP-1 topic you can think of. So, use that search bar and you can go back and watch some of our older videos. We got a lot of them. Andriana Old says, I got cat hair on my nose. Thank you for bringing up keto. I was just discussing this with my brother, how I would like to start eating like that again, but was worried about the fat. I enjoy keto because it keeps me off sugar. Sugar can be highly addictive, and so it's, good to avoid that. I've watched all your past videos. Okay. You've said that. We read that one already.
Oh, did we?
We did.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Watch the past videos. Mary Louise, in general, with compound Tirzepatide, does the price keep doubling when the dosage doubles?
No.
Not with Mochi Health. I'm just getting started on 2.5. It depends on who you're buying it from. Some providers will charge you more for higher doses. I use Mochi Health. All the doses of compounded Tirzepatide are $199.
And honestly, a lot of times if you're seeing the price dose, it's very possible you're doing it through a local med spa.
Yeah.
And they're marking it up and getting it from somebody else. You might look at a telehealth as well.
Yeah. If you want my Mochi code, email me. I'll give it to you. It saves you $40 on your first month. Donna says, I thought I heard you should bring original bottles with prescriptions when traveling internationally. So, yeah, probably. So, yes, include the box or paper from pharmacy. Yeah, I mean, it's better safe than sorry, right? You don't want it taken from you going through security or something. But, I mean, domestically, we've done it 5 or 6 times now, not had a problem. But internationally, we did not. When we went to the Netherlands, we did not take it with us.
And we went through cruise ship stuff with meds too. So,
Mm-hmm.
Hall says, do you take Mag07 as needed or as a preventive measure? Well, that's a you question. I don't take Mag07.
I take it as needed. So if I haven't been able to go in like 3 days, I'll take 3 Mag07 at night on an empty stomach with 20, 30, 40 ounces of water, and that usually I get relief the next day. Just this week, though, I was running low on my supply, and I didn't want to take a big dose, and I really wasn't having that much of a problem. So I said, let me just take 1 and see how that does. So people do take it. I haven't really done that before. People do take it as a preventative measure, but honestly, that bottle's kind of expensive, and I don't really want to buy that all the time. So I want to use it kind of as needed. There's probably other less expensive things that would work. I just personally like the Mag 07.
Moomy Kiki says, is it okay to travel with the vials without refrigeration or with ice if unavailable? I mean, I would be the most concerned about dropping the vial or smashing the vial and breaking it. I like the cases, whether it's one like this or we have one that's a metal container. We have a lot of them, or even a small lunchbox, just because it protects the vial.
Put it in a thermos.
In a thermos, anything like that. And if you can also add ice into it, really your goal is to keep it at an average temperature. You don't want it to get too hot, too cold, and it'll be okay. But ideally, you want to keep it cooler.
Once they're out of the refrigerator, they're good for 30 days. So keep that in mind. And you don't want the temperature to go above 80 degrees. So you can fly with freezer packs.
You sure can. Here, I'll show you. That's what's in this.
Well, we were coming back from the Netherlands, and my daughter went to dump out her water bottle and had ice in it. And they're like, and the lady at TSA said, "No, ice is fine. You can travel with ice. You just can't have liquid water."
So this one has two ice packs. These aren't frozen right now because they've been sitting in my office, but basically one goes on each side. Packs. I think this is, I don't know, $14, $15, whatever. But you could do it if your kid had a lunch box. You don't
ice is okay. Liquid water is not okay.
Yeah. And like I said, I would be most concerned about you dropping or breaking your vial or it being smashed more than anything else. I mean, that would freak me out, honestly.
Yeah. All right, Christopher Durham. I'm fading.
You're fading.
Ow, JoJo's biting me. Why are you biting me? You came to me. I'm not bothering you. Maybe
Brian Dole, wanting to lose weight is usually what happens when I clean it up. I get like Christopher with no protein powders or bars. It still affects my overeating. Yeah, I just don't eat any of that stuff. But a lot of people do. So.
Well, sometimes I figure, a protein bar that's masquerading as candy is a lot better than going out and buying a candy bar. So it's choices, right? Moomy Kiki. Downsized has helped me be more confident in sharing that Tirzepatide helped me lose weight. Have you guys experienced judgment when you shared about your experience journey? Oh, of course we have. Yeah. So, I think we haven't done a video in a long time on.
There's one if you go look that's a conversation about it, how to deal with that question during the holidays. We've done a couple of videos about that. We don't get it as much really anymore because we're just so out there, and Laraine tells everybody. So when you start out with a smile on your face and confidence, most people aren't going to push back.
Yeah, no, but some people at the gym have
they do
given me a hard time, like, "Oh, isn't that cheating?" Oh, well, is a diabetic who takes insulin cheating? You drove your car to get to the gym. You could have walked here. Isn't driving your car cheating? Like, what do you mean by cheating? What are we cheating? Like, who are we cheating? Like, nobody. That's like the dumbest. I mean, but honestly, I had that thought too prior to doing this. Like, maybe I can just do it myself. I can't do it myself. I've been trying to do it myself for 56 years. I could never do it myself. So I have the disease of obesity. It's not my fault I have the disease of obesity. I can't help it that my brain drives me to eat 24 hours a day if I'm not on this medication.
We were at a Christmas party, and there was a lady who I think I only see. I don't even know the lady's name. I only see her at a Christmas party once a year at some of our friends' houses. Yeah. She's nice enough. And we had lost, I don't know, I think I'd lost 60 pounds by then, 70 pounds by then or something. And she goes, "Well, I just want to really lose it the natural way."
The natural way.
I said, "Oh, yeah, how much weight do you have to lose?" She said, "About 120 pounds. I said, "Well,
how's that going for you?"
Yeah, not to be mean, but
how long have you been working
at that? How's that going for you?
Yeah.
And you understand that these medications mimic a natural hormone in your body. So I don't know that I would even really call this not natural.
Right.
She was like, "Well, I'm like, okay, feel free. But no, there are tools and things that can help you if you want to talk to your doctor. You don't have to fight this for the rest of your life." She kind of looked at me like, huh?
I have another friend at the gym, Sandy, who actually went on the cruise with us. Sandy's 77, and she saw me losing weight, and she said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Well, I'm taking this weight loss medication called compounded Tirzepatide," and I was explaining it to her and all this, and she's like, "Yeah, okay, I'll go to my doctor. I'll ask right away." Well, her doctor first put her on phentermine. She lost maybe 10 pounds and was jittery and hated it, and then she found a med spa in town. And she was going there, waiting in the waiting room, getting the injection, driving home. And I'm like, you could just get this online and they just deliver this to your door. She's like, okay, let me try that. And now she's been doing that now for probably close to a year. She's lost 50 pounds. She feels great. Her knee problems have, really, her knee doesn't bother her anymore. So it's, I'm glad that somebody told me, my friend Elaine told me when I asked her what she was doing, she told me about it. And I will gladly tell anyone and everyone about it because it's just amazing and this works. And you could save somebody a lot of years, a lot of pain, possibly
save their life,
because obesity is related to all the bad things, right? That we don't even want to think about. Joseph Gonzalez says, started my journey in March 2025, 255 pounds. I am now down to 214. Started 10 milligrams of that amount last week. My goal weight is 190. Is this a good pace?
Do math in your head real quick.
Wait, 255 down to 214. So he's lost about 50 pounds. Started 10 milligrams. My goal weight is 190. I don't know how tall you are. Is this a good pace? Oh, pace is the question.
Pace.
March,
so like 20 weeks
April,
in or something.
April, May, June, July. 4 months in, 50 pounds. 4 times 3 is 12.
Or 5, depending. It's halfway through July, depending on when you started.
I mean, it sounds like you're losing at the higher end, but I wouldn't
want to see you lose any faster. I can tell you that you're doing okay. I wouldn't expect to continue to lose at that pace, though. That's as you get lower in weight, your weight loss will slow a little bit, and you'll get probably closer to the average of 0.2 and between 0.5 and 2 pounds.
Yeah.
So for me,
to slow down.
I lost more weight the first half than I did the second half.
Mm-hmm.
And it was much more quickly, and it's a function. Honestly, it's a body of your percentage of fat.
You say that all the time. Make sure you're getting enough protein.
I say it because it's true.
Yeah, but that's hard for people to understand. I think you know what I mean. Like
I don't know. I think I get it.
Okay. All right. Well, I think it's fine. I think you're a little on the fast side. Make sure you're eating enough protein. Make sure you're drinking water. Make sure you're getting some fiber in. It's all good. And maybe you don't need to move up. You just started 10 milligrams. Maybe you don't need to go up if you're losing fast. Have you been getting labs? Yearly at my doctor's office. My bun is high at last metabolic panel. Doc says too much protein does that. I eat 90 grams per day usually. Well, that's why it's a good idea to get these panels, right? Because what the general population needs might be different than your personal needs. So,
now I get them at the beginning. I was getting them every 3 months, and now I get them every 6 months. I'm actually lab work. I'm due for another one, but the last one was good.
I mean, talk to your doctor. I mean, maybe you want to, Jojo, don't drink my drink. Maybe you want to, try a lower level of protein and see how that works, and then retest. Miss Lucy T, what is your favorite injection site? Ours is stomach.
Yeah, I like stomach best, but it's easiest for me. I didn't like arm at all. I thought it hurt.
I just don't want to do that.
I've tried all of them, and they all work the same for me. So it was just a comfort level.
Yeah, I did thigh one time. I didn't particularly think it did anything different. I'm much more comfortable with the belly button area. I've done over 90 shots at this point, so it's just what I'm used to. But some people like to vary. It's good to vary your shot location. Chad Morgan, yes, I would consider myself in maintenance now. Going on vacation in 2 weeks, so I dropped from my initial goal weight of 160 to 152 just to give myself a cushion to enjoy food.
You're going to party 12 pounds worth?
That's 8 pounds, but all right.
Math. True. Yeah, math's not math.
Math is mathing.
It's still a good party.
That's a nice cushion, right? So, and I kind of did a similar thing. So I lost down to, my original goal was 150. I lost down to 140, and then I lost a few more pounds. I was down to 138. And then we went to Amsterdam, and we had some business travel, and I did some other things. And now I'm back to 143. So, if you want to give yourself a cushion, I'm not against that. And actually, Dr. Dan mentioned that last time we talked to Dr. Dan, his whole, going to Mexico for vacation analogy. And I think that's fine. You might find that you can't eat and drink like you used to, though, on this medication. Mackenzie says, every time you go to commercial, I have to restart YouTube. Oh, no. So if you already answered this, I'm so sorry. Christopher, how long did it take you? Once you got to the top dose?
I don't have a spreadsheet, so I will have to pull up my memory. And if anybody out there has been tracking along, they might know better than I do because we've said it every week. I think I got, basically it took me 50 weeks to get 100 pounds down. So I got about 2 pounds a week. The last 20 pounds took almost 4 months probably, and that was on the highest dose. So I was on, and I'm still on 15.
Mm-hmm.
Now I will tell you, and over the course of that, Mochi went to a 16.6 dose, which I would credit with giving me that little extra boost to get me down that last little bit, because I never stalled completely, but I was moving very slowly. That loss was a much higher percentage of my body weight. My body was saying, hey, wait a minute, I don't know about all that.
Yeah.
It's just your body wants to protect itself. But yeah, it took me several months for sure.
Woodkirky. I know it's an early study, but the news about Zepbound shrinking breast cancer cell in mice is incredible. Look forward to your report on this. I know, not a question.
No worries, Woodkirk. Yeah, I pulled that for the news this week, so we'll take a look at it. I haven't read it all yet, but I think it's exciting. I'm not. Yeah. I really more worried about. Really more wondered how. I don't know.
How you put breast cancer in mice?
Yeah, and how did they do the self exams? I don't
know. I can't believe you said that. I really. All right. I think we're, and on that note,
little tiny mice.
Little tiny mice. And on that note, yeah, no, that's exciting. We're finding more and more things that Zepbound does. Weight loss, good for type 2 diabetes, sleep apnea. Ozempic has the cardiac benefit.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there.
Let's talk about dementia, studies about dementia. And so, when people say, oh, aren't you worried about the long-term effects? No, I am not. Because I'm just not. It seems like every day we're finding new uses.
I'm hoping it gives me long-term effects. I want to be Spider-Man. Spidey powers.
We did see Superman this past weekend.
We saw Superman. It was pretty
and we
awesome.
Loved it. And if you didn't like it, I don't want to know about it. I had an argument with my friend in France on the internet today because he didn't like it, and I told him that I loved it, and we're still friends.
I thought it was really fun. The dog was really fun.
The dog in it, kindness. Let's bring back, kindness and caring about people and treating all people like humans. It's not a bad thing. One my brid. Ha ha ha. Good one. See, don't know.
It's a little mouse.
The mouse.
All right, it's 248 Avia out there and 245 likes. 3 people couldn't, but they probably already left anyway. Yeah, actually, we're doing pretty good. So at one point there was 252 on here. Let's see. I'm not sure why that's making weird things.
All right.
And I think we're about done for this evening.
Done. So thanks, guys. We'll be back next. No, we won't be back next Wednesday because we'll be at a conference.
Well, so next week we will be in Washington, D.C. If you haven't signed up for our meetup, make sure you go do that in RSVP and you'll get the information about that. We will do a live next week. I'm not sure what day it will be on. We probably won't do it from the hotel. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But we will be live next week.
We'll still do our Club Downsized live on Tuesday.
Do Club Downsized live on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
And we might even broadcast from the conference. I'm not really sure. I know we're going to do an interview with Durham. Durham agreed to do an interview in person. So that should be exciting. And stay tuned. We've got some really good videos coming up this week. I think we're going to do a reaction video to the most recent Dr. Tina video on microdosing. So if you haven't seen that video, you should check it out because she was pretty fiery about it, and I loved what she had to say. Moomy Kid says, "Thank you for answering my questions, and thank you for this channel and the community." Well, thank you, Moomy Kid.
Thanks for watching.
Donnell says good night. And Hoover says good night. So stay tuned. Make sure you watch at the end. The credits will be all of our Club Downsized members. Thank you very much for being a Club Downsized members. If you'd like to join us for that, click below. You can hit the join button, or if you're on your phone or an iPad or whatever, there's a little $ sign down there. You can learn more about it. We always appreciate your support. And that is us for this evening. My name is Christopher Durham.
I'm Laraine Durham, and this is JoJo Cornelius Durham.
All right. We'll see you next time.
Bye.